Welcome back, everyone. Forever Encountering Love here. My name is Anthony,
I'm Serena.
and we are on day 5 of our month of thankfulness. And every day we're putting out a video, 30 days in November, day 5, and we're just sharing what we're thankful for. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Outstanding. And yeah, right to it. Your turn, my love.
I'm thankful for my family.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's good to be thankful for us. Oh, you're talking about, okay.
I'm talking about all my family.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Elaborate.
I I'm thankful for our girls, and I am thankful for my dad and my sister and your mom and your family, and I'm thankful.
Great. Um, just a side note, I guess this will be an extra thankful, is the song I just heard. So, backstory, quick,
Backstory.
quick backstory. When we lived in Tennessee, we were introduced to Smallville, the TV show,
Mm-hmm.
and all, we all watched it together, like watched like the entire
I didn't
series.
see the end.
We've watched the final
I
episode
haven't
many
watched
of
it.
times.
I
He
have
flies
not.
away.
I have not watched it.
Spoiler.
Thank you, because I haven't watched it.
It actually doesn't show him flying, but
Oh,
you
literally I got all the way to the season where it was the Watchtower.
but they said that he's actually the only Superman ever that's never worn the suit.
Really?
Yeah, we went way off where we're supposed to be. Anyway,
I'm thankful for family, and you're thankful for Smallville?
no, that's not what
Oh,
I just
okay.
heard what it was, but this is a side extra thankfulness. So when we lived in Tennessee and the kids were younger, we would watch Smallville all the time, and we had them on DVD, and we got the seasons, and we watched
Right.
as much as we could at the time, and fast forward I don't know how many years, then my daughter is in the living room watching
Smallville.
Smallville again, and I just heard the song. It just made me think of all those times, like when the song would come on, everyone's like, "Save me!" The kids
The
would
girls
sing.
every single girl has it on their phone.
It was freaking hilarious.
They all have the song on their phone.
I think that's probably the show that, if we had to, like, what was our show we all watched,
Smallville.
or Cops. Anyway,
Anyway, what are you thankful for?
way off.
What are you thankful for?
Many of things. Superman. No, I'm thankful for transportation, because we may not have the newest up to date fancy vehicle, but the vehicle we have, we try to take care of it. I changed the oil today, did man stuff. After
So terrible.
after you probably reminded me many of times,
Many a time.
like this I was supposed to do it this weekend, and we just got busy doing other stuff. And
Yeah.
anyway, sometimes you take that for granted, that not everybody has a vehicle. For instance,
I miss having my vehicle.
yeah, I know we're one vehicle right now, so that's the way it works sometimes, but it won't be forever, and it hasn't been forever, but sometimes you take for granted having a vehicle. Not everybody has one, and people have to take the bus, or bum
Rely on people.
bum rides, or thank goodness for Uber and Lyft and everything now. But
And we live in such a small town that we have a bus
they have
bus system that actually goes all the way around the town.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
so
remember Dad used to take it from time to time.
he would sit there, he would tell me that he'd get on it in the morning.
I gotta take the purple one.
He would get on it in the morning and just ride the whole loop. He's like, you see some really interesting people.
You're bored when you just get on the bus just to cruise. I told him, I was like, Dad, I'll drive you around. But sometimes you take it for granted, like having your own vehicle and everything. And it makes me think of, you know, a guy that I work with. He didn't have a vehicle, and you know, unfortunately, he got hit by another vehicle, coming to work. And, not to make a downer on all this, but now he's fighting in the hospital, so, you know, I just, it makes me think about him and other people. Obviously, he's not the first person that's happened to, but,
Right.
it just makes you think about, people like that. And
I remember because Dad had a stroke behind his eye,
yeah, and he couldn't drive
and
anymore.
we had to make the decision
Oh yeah, that's got to be a hard
that
decision.
he couldn't drive anymore.
And the same thing, like, I think it was before me and you had got together that, Dad had to talk to Grandma about not driving anymore. And like I remember me and Dad were coming home one day, and where we lived was, way out in the country and everything. So we're coming, like, our pretty long road is like a big hill, and we're coming down, and we're going down the hill, and like you see Grandma's car coming towards us, and he's like, "Is that your grandmother in the car?" And he's like, "She's like barely over the wheel," and she goes right by us, and he's just like, "Oh Lord!" And we had to turn around, and as we turned around, like the car died. Do I remember telling you that?
No,
Like the car died, like,
her car?
her car. She had this big boat car, and Grandpa wasn't home at the time, so she had to go to Publix. So you know, you know, so it was. So I think Dad took her to Publix, or I just remember, like, we were trying to take the car back home, and it was just a beast of a car, and it was one of those cars like you had to start it up and drive it every day, and it was a cold-blooded car, and it just didn't. And it probably sat for months, and then all of a sudden, like,
She
let's
got it.
go to the
She
store,
got it started somehow.
somehow. So yeah, that was a big ordeal. But now I'm way off again on the thankfulness.
Really, because I mean,
It's always stories.
yeah, I mean, like you said, we're grateful that we have a car, and sometimes you have to make that decision for your parents as they get older, or yeah,
I feel like I had to do it twice. With Grandma and
and
now and
and with
Dad.
Dad.
Unfortunately, we'll probably have to do it again down the road. Your dad or my mom, or you just never know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So listen, okay, here's what's bad. I'm 5'2", 5'3"
On a good day.
on a good day, and because I'm short, I sit this close to the steering wheel,
It's not that close, but it's pretty close.
right? So
It feels close when I get in the car.
we have to share a car. And so he'll get in, and like he's like all the way up against the steering wheel. I'm like, you married a short lady. What do you want me to tell you?
Thankful for double seats, because I remember when we had vehicles before in the past where it was like a bench seat. So if she had to she had to slide, we had to slide the whole seat. Now I'm like, no, I'll drive. I'm not sitting here for an hour, knees to the dash. It looked like, Shaq in a Volkswagen or something. Golly, man.
I can't. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
But we've gone way off today. That was a good little discussion there. So we're on day
Day
5.
5?
Tomorrow, day 6. I can count. And so let us know down below, like, what you're thankful for, and if you agree or disagree with ours. Have you had to, like, take your parents' license away or take the keys away?
It's terrible. It's not fun. Because then well, at least in our case, it was, Dad, if you need to go somewhere, just call me and let me know, and I'll take you. Well, I don't want to be a burden.
No.
I was like, you're never a burden. Like, you have no other way of going anywhere, so let us take you. So it's fun.
That's all we got. You have anything else to share?
No,
Would you like to share?
no,
Have to share?
no.
No? Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank
And
you.
until tomorrow, we will see you again
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
How many times can you say tomorrow?
Tomorrow. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.